I knew in hindsight that I had reached burnout because I was thinking thoughts like, if I got in a car accident right now, at least I would get a break. Like, not wishing to be, taken off of the earth in a car accident, but given an opportunity to walk away and not be able to do anything but rest and recuperate.
Welcome to our Happy Rainmaker video series. I'm lucky to be joined by Emily Logan Stedman today. She's a partner at Hush Blackwell. And welcome. We're so happy to see you today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, one of the pillars that Emily is going to be talking about with us today is how to make sure that you care for yourself. What are some strategies that you use to manage stress and prevent burnout?
One way I have started to think about it and I really advocate for is doing something every day that is just for you. It might be 5 minutes, it might be an hour if I have that time, but something that is just me and helps me feel like I'm doing something every day that I'm in control of and I'm getting to choose. Related to that, I'm a big advocate of having a hobby to kind of anchor your identity outside of work.
That's really good advice. Did you ever reach a point where you felt like you had arrived at burnout? And if so, how did you get to the place where you are now?
I knew in hindsight that I had reached burnout because I was thinking thoughts like, when I was commuting to work, if I got in a car accident right now, at least I would get a break. Like, not wishing to be, taken off of the earth in a car accident, but given an opportunity to walk away and not be able to do anything but rest and recuperate. And I was fortunate that my husband and my parents were able to help me through kind of realizing that that was happening. I had a therapist who also helped me work through that. And so I created a morning routine. I have a wind down routine at the end of the day. I have a closing ritual for um, leaving work at, at work as much as I can each day. But it took a lot of work. It's taken daily action. And I find having those tools and things that I know work very well for me that I can do in small bits and pieces whenever I start to feel overwhelmed has been really critical.
For anyone listening who's experiencing burnout, do you have some first steps you would recommend?
I would say try to find allies both inside your organization and outside of your organization. Outside of work, I think it's extremely important, whether it's a therapist, a rabbi, a pastor, whatever it is, have a neutral person that you can just vent to and can guide you. But also have friends. I mean, having people at other firms, either in my city or across the country, that are about the same vintage as me. So we're going through the steps of our career together is so valuable. I have a really good friend and we made partner the same year at different firms and we've just had a history of bouncing things off of each other. Am I crazy? What would you do? Things like that, and that has been very, very important.
Are there any other resources that you recommend? I know that mental health and wellness has been a topic that a lot of people are talking about. I wish we were making more progress, but have you come across any other resources you might recommend?
I found meditation very early on as an associate. And I was extremely skeptical, but it has been transformative for me. My recommendation for meditation is to try a bunch of different apps and sort of voices until you find the one that doesn't annoy you. I think also, if you're going to try meditation, you have to not just understand, but believe that it's not going to make your thoughts go away. It's really about training your brain to just accept that those thoughts are there. And there's, again, just a plethora of resources. I would say, don't hesitate to Google and experiment and find what works for you.
We always try and leave everyone with something they can do in point one, 6 minutes of time. For everybody who wants to start with their point one today, do you have any other recommendations we haven't discussed?
Sure. So I'm a big fan of timers. So literally set a timer for 6 minutes and do that one thing. I think you'll find that um, you can accomplish a lot in 6 minutes, whether it's reading a chapter of a book, trying meditation for the first time, watching a funny video online, something to give yourself and your brain a break, and remind you that work is important. A lot of us really enjoy working hard, but that's not all there is. And it really can take 6 minutes or less to figure that out.
Thank you so much. I'm sure this will be very helpful to a lot of people.
Thank you for having me.